I really wanted to race again. I put the wheel away and I was like, I'm not gonna race. And then I was sat here, I was like, I want to race. And perfect thing is, there's literally a Circuit de l'Essart GT3 fixed race, which is what I've been with so hard recently. So I am so going to be jumping into this. The event starts in 2 minutes, so I thought I'd start streaming now. I'm gonna just get into this because I want to start I want to go into practice. I need to put the game. Well, now that we've got the technical stuff aside, I think everything should be working stream-wise. I don't want to box this lap. Why does it always do that? Why does it always auto-box me on my quality lap? Like, I don't want a pit stop. Like, if I wanted to pit stop, it would be on my cooldown lap. Why are you doing it on my quali lap? That's just like... Oh. I need to start racing. Fuck, I'm literally... Oh, fuck, I completely forgot to get out onto the track, so I'm actually starting from the pits. I need, like, actual help. Oh, you know what? P1 is starting from the pits as well, so... Okay, can we please go?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Oh, yes, I love seeing death at turn 2. Le Mans is brilliant. Fuck. I just accidentally went into a man because the fucking coming out the pits, the line is just completely wrong, and I'm never learned where to brake there. I need to learn where to brake there. Yeah, I've got a lot to learn with that one. That was just so stupid from me. I just didn't know my braking, and this guy's just chilling, and then I end up in his ass. Yeah, I coming out the pits, the line's always a bit weird when you use the actual game line, because I'm an idiot, and I never learnt the line. But also, this black and orange car has a wonderful start, can I just say. I mean, look at him. Hitting the Aston Martin, coming back, whacking him again, slapping into the wall, losing his rear wing, and then deciding, my race isn't over just yet. I'm coming back. It just rides right into the middle of the track, which is a bit of cope, but I want to say, you know, maybe he kind of caused the other guy to move into the right-hand side a bit, and that's what caused me to go into his rear. But, you know, speculation. At the end of the day, I rammed that guy in the ass, and that was my bad.
Thank you, Pluto.
You're welcome.
What happened? What kind of exchange just occurred?
Said congrats.
Oh fuck, that man just died. That was kind of my fault. I'm sorry. I thought I gave him enough space. I don't think I did. I don't know. That was rough. I was just going so fast into that corner, and he was so slow, and going around the outside was a bit risky, but I felt like it was just the best move, and oh, that's rough. I feel really bad for him. He's probably raging in the chat, but I don't have the chat enabled, so... Yeah, once again, I've hit this McLaren, and I just want to say, this is not a targeted assault, okay? I think this is just a really unfortunate racing incident where this guy is driving really slow around the corner. I decide to overtake him on the outside, and he just opens his steering, whacks me in my door, and gets sent off into the wall. Really unfortunate, but I think mostly on this guy, he's driving very slow into the corner. You can see I've gone back and checked his like throttle inputs and his brake inputs, because why not? And he is being very overly cautious, I'd say. I think he's probably quite new, trying to like learn the car. Obviously, it's really hard to learn when you're in a wall, but this guy I think is just a little bit too cautious, and that obviously led to myself and the car behind just being so much faster, me driving on the outside and him just opening his steering a bit too early, not expecting a car, and then I just whack him. But at the end of the day, there's not much you can do about that. It's really unfortunate. Unfortunately for him, his race has ended, and I just continue on battling with this wonderful BMW. Yeah, racing incident, I would say. I don't think there's too much either of us could have really done. I would say to him, maybe just don't be so scared of his throttle. That was like the only thing I think I could think of there. Shit. Brother, no, you're not in front of me just yet. I'm still here.
Already finished my team. That was
Almost touched him. I almost touched his bumper. Oh. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one, because looking at the BMW, he does seem to kind of cut the corner when he takes that first left-hander. And I almost want to say that he slows down on the apex because he's got the like track limit warning, and he slows down to avoid actually getting a penalty. And in doing that, he's just completely like fucked up my corner, which I took properly because I was on the line. I don't know, really weird one. But obviously with Sim, these kind of things happen, and at the end of the day, he came out of the corner ahead of me, and I'm really salty about this. Now, before this incident, we have this whole other incident with this Aston Martin and McLaren, which I can only describe as the most Ayrton Senna move you could ever think of. The McLaren on the inside just decides, I'm taking this space, and kills this Aston Martin, who's just taking his line, and then all of a sudden has his rear quarter panel just shafted into. And then there's this Mercedes on Ferrari nonsense, which is stupid. The Ferrari just loses the corner to the Mercedes and then decides, actually, I'm now going to cut into the inside and just whack your tire out, and then causes a massive pileup as well while doing it. And it's just so crazy to look at, because like he loses the corner and then just decides, yeah, I'm just going to send on the inside. What could possibly go wrong? Everything went wrong. Oh, this is really bad. I lost so much time in that corner because I almost touched his bumper and I was like really scared. Now I'm not getting any tow.
no.
It's a
Well,
lion
you just
does
drink it
not
hot.
concern himself with other cars on the track.
45.
I'm so slow. Well, I'm not slow. The Bimmer is just fast. I'm like faster than some of the cars in front of the Bimmer. So like, realistically. Get in my BMW, we're not going to obey road law.
The best phrase from Cars: fly like a Cadillac, sting like a beaver.
Oh, real. Oh my god. I had a bit of an oopsie. Oh my god, this guy's had a terrible oopsie. This guy's had the worst oopsie around. And I don't even know how to explain this oopsie. Like, I messed up the corner and still managed to do that corner, yet this guy did the previous corners fine and then just hit the brakes way too hard. I think he just forgot that there was a corner there, to be honest. I think he just started accelerating, thinking, okay, this is it, the home stretch, and then just like had a moment of, oh my god, another chicane, and then just put his foot to the floor. But in the end, it lost him a bunch of places. As you can see, I just wiped past him along with a bunch of other cars, one of them actually having to go off to avoid hitting him. Yeah. Whoopsie. But the oopsies don't stop, and this one is a bit of a difficult one to tell, to be honest. You can just see looking at it, the Ferrari doesn't really have any space in the corner, and I don't know if that's really the fault of the Ferrari or the Ford. I want to say it's more the fault of the Ford. I think he should have just given some space to the Ferrari and would have avoided getting spun. But at the same time, I don't know whether or not the Ferrari should have kind of gone, I've gone deep into this corner, I've lost this position, maybe I should just let off a bit. Like, it's kind of hard to tell because they're quite far apart going into the corner, which then obviously just leads to the front of the Ferrari hitting the side of the Ford, and you're left kind of like, So, really confusing one there, to be honest. Let me know in the comments what you think. In my opinion, I would say, you know, he must leave it the space. But I don't know. That's a pretty interesting collision that's happened there. Look, don't concern yourself with what I'm yapping. Oh my god. There's just cars going off left, right, and center. I'm now 11th. How am I into 11th? Brother. And the murderous McLaren has met his demise. He just comes into the corner, takes a bit too much curb, hits the grass, wheels, lose grip, gets absolutely spun around. It's unfortunate, really, but, comeuppance. Where did the Beamer go? Oh, he's like so ahead. He's like so ahead of me. But also, I'm keeping up with him, like, to an extent. I should get, like, my dogs out and stop fucking around with socks. I feel like I'm slipping around these pedals too much.
What did he say?
I feel like that's a line I never expected to ever have to say in my life.
First, that was absolutely awesome.
I've heard you say worse in our kitchen.
Yeah, honestly,
Yes,
I've said
that's
worse,
cool.
but that was just so crazy. It was just so out there. I'm just showing my car. I'm gonna get this guy scared. I'm gonna get this guy, like, actually pissing his pants. And again, we have this fucking Ferrari who just doesn't seem to care that there's a car on his inside. Fucking ironic. Yeah, just completely just starts bumping this guy on his door, trying to take the corner as if there's no one there. But then in the end, pulls off onto the road. I assume he had some damage, probably from this one and the previous crash, and just said, I'm going home. But, yeah, you can just see, like, the Mercedes is more ahead, and then he just has this car just relentlessly going into him. But fortunately for the Mercedes, he did get to carry on his race. I guess whatever happened wasn't too severe. And he gets to watch the Ferrari pull over, end his day, as he... Honestly, I'm not surprised he shook out a bit to avoid possibly getting hit. I was so fast out of that corner there. Holy fuck, he was slow. I've got him by a ball hair, and I am just squeezing. He's so terrified of me. Oh my god, he literally braked out of the way because I was just squeezing him. And yeah, this Ferrari just had a little bit of an issue coming out of the corner here. It just caused him to be really slow, and obviously I had a lot more speed and overtook him. And I will say I was a bit mean. I was squeezing him quite aggressively, but also, like, we weren't really that close, and I think he was just more concerned about playing it safe than possibly getting into an incident, which is very fair. But hey, upper position for me.
Sophie put in Chai's file. Oh.
The toe friction is needed. I need my toe friction. I'm so sorry for, like, people who have to hear me and they don't know who I am.
You feel bad for the people who do know who you are.
Well, you kind of, like, are used to it.
No, we've kind of...
I'm not used to that. That's a new level.
I need to, like, actually lock it a bit more. I'm P9, by the way. I qualified P4, started in the pits, was in, like, P17, and now I'm in P9. Like, to just, like, crash out some people being slow. That guy just went through the barriers. Those aren't barriers. Those are poles. As you can probably tell, I am not using my brain. I very rarely ever use my brain. But either way, we're now finally coming down the golf curve and into Indianapolis, which is a really tricky right-hander to do properly because, you know, one little mistake in just where you brake and where you lift can result in you flying off and hitting a wall, which unfortunately for our BMW that's been in front of us for the majority of this race, he just has a slight little accident on the brakes and just loses control of the car, and at that point you're a passenger as you just get slammed right into the wall.
Out there.
Let's go.
I know how to cook.
Oh, that guy had it the whole time. Oh my
That's
god.
all I need.
That guy just got murdered. I was, like, doing a little bit bad, and then that guy just got even more murdered. The Bimmer is gone. The Bimmer has taken a vacation for the unforeseeable future. Bimmer no existo anymore. Appa no toes. Oh, I'm, like, so fast on this part. That's epic, but I'm also losing out to the guy ahead. Gosh darn you! I'm just gonna continue racing. That was not as good as I would have liked it to have been.
Oh, my bad. I'll go on singing lessons then. Jesus.
No, I was on about the corner, brother. Guys, I'm zooming. I'm zooming. I'm going so fasto. I have to go fasto. I probably shouldn't shift down into first there. I think I can just keep it in second and huck it round. What if I keep it in second here? Just huck it round and just... That was really bad. Maybe first there. That one's not as forgiving. But we are up by nearly a whole second. It is diminishing, but I'm going to hold on to this for as long as I can. That was so good. That was so good. What is not as goated, however, is watching Indianapolis take yet another victim. The Ford Mustang from earlier has been murdered in almost identical fashion to the BMW, and he loses his front right tire. The Lion does not concern himself with track limits. Can I get that
Why
on a
is Luke
shirt?
the lion now?
I've always
No,
been
it's
the
just a
lion.
meme at the-
Wake up. It's the first day of the month. Yo, I'm absolutely balling on this fucking third sector, man.
Alexa, I don't go on my phone straight away when I wake up. Sometimes
Yeah, I
I
know,
do
but
need
it's
to just
like
get up and get
quickly.
ready.
It's you don't leave it for too long. Yeah, I was balling and then I kind of fucked up a little bit at the end there, but I'm still balling.
Yeah, hi. I'm debating on using Manic Panic Blue in my hair to make it a darker blue.
Oh, two
Do
people have
not.
crashed into each
You
other.
will never-
Boy,
you-
isn't that enjoyable? I'm up into 6.
Megan.
So while we all learn the life lesson of not using Manic Panic hair dye, these two cars, who are first and second by the way, crash in Indianapolis. I'm speechless. But then just to top it off, they've crashed, and then the other car here just decides, you're not going anywhere. You've ended my race. You don't get to leave here, and imprisons the guy in the corner, which I find so funny. Because yeah, I mean, to be fair to the Mustang, he's just taken the corner, and this guy just hits him right in the rear. He's obviously not braked early enough. And he just uses the other guy as a brake, and now that guy's lost his tire, lost his wing, lost his P1. Positions aside, it was such a reckless move. But hey, it brought me up 2 positions, so I went from being, what, P8 to P6, I think it was in the end. So I'm not complaining.
Retrieve you.
Don't walk, run.
Oh, I hate you.
Woo, finished P6. I qualified in P4. This is actually pretty decent considering I started from the fucking pits. And there you have it. That was my GT race at Le Mans. Very interesting considering I ended up not only qualifying quite high and then starting from the pits, but then also coming back to finish P6. I mean, I think from the moment I left that pit lane, I wasn't expecting to get anywhere higher than P10, but I guess when you are dealing with rookie lobbies in Le Mans, that shit kind of happens. And to be fair, there was a lot of really funny things. A lot of things that I did cut, mainly just because there was too much yapping to even make it like decent content. But overall, it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me way too long to edit this, but if you want to keep on seeing it, I will keep on trying to do it. So please let me know down in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like. I will always be looking to make this a little bit better. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.